Well, it's been an intoxicating week here on First Look Asia. Last week on What's Cooking, I took us to Cognac, France for a behind-the-scenes look at how the luxury spirit is made.
And then just yesterday, it was all about whiskeys. We're continuing in that spirit today as well.
That's right. I took a closer look at how Asian culinary stars are blending cognac into their creative menus. If you've had your fill of wine, sake, or even whiskey with dinner, then listen up. Cognac, the long-preferred spirit for the world's rich and famous, has become the hot new pairing in Asia's fine dining menus. Hong Kong-born celebrity chef Susur Lee can attest to that. Known for his Chinese fusion dishes that blend the best of East and West, the Toronto-based restaurateur designed a 6-course cognac pairing dinner during the World Gourmet Summit at Singapore's Tong La private dining restaurant.
Chinese is the first culture who actually drinking spirit with food. Chinese love to drink something really like strong. It's sort of like changing the shock of changing the taste. Cognac does the same thing with food, especially with Chinese food, because Chinese food does not have too much dairy product. So have that intensity with cognac, and also with Chinese style of cooking, because Chinese style of cooking has a lot of really meaty kind of a stock, which is a stock does not been roasted in the oven. It's just pretty much boiled and give a very sweet umami.
Martel's Cordon Bleu and XO cognacs bring out the flavors in tantalizing dishes like lobster and caviar taro shell with watermelon radish, fish mao braised in tanfu and uni sauce, served with potato gnocchi, steamed john dory with Spanish tuna smoky XO and sea asparagus, and wagyu on salt slab and vegetable beggar's purse. Lee, a judge in the upcoming MasterChef Asia TV show, says his favorite is the roasted rack of lamb with balsamic black garlic and miso sauce.
Drinking cognac is very relaxing, and also at the same time, eating with food is one of the greatest moments, because it helps you digest and give you flavor, and also is I call it very intense in a very nice way.
Lamb is also the meat of choice for Singaporean celebrity chef Justin Kwek. After our cognac discovery journey in France, I head to his Sky on 57 restaurant at the top of the Marina Bay Sands Hotel to see the dish he was inspired to create.
Asia, we like more or less braised item to go with cognac. So I've chosen this Australian lamb, Dopen lamb from Australia, which is a spare rib, cooked the traditional Chinese way with a fermented bean curd. From there, we're going to braise the traditional French style, not the Chinese style, by using the Chinese ingredient. But having said that, we're going to add a bit of French style, a bit of beet juice. So cook slowly until it's tender. From there, we're going to debone slowly all the rib and cut them in dices.
After combining the ingredients and braising the lamb for 2 hours in the oven, he shows me how he presents the dish in 2 ways. The traditional Chinese way, stewed over charcoal, and classic French.
So what happened is actually an autumn dish. So I put a bit of charcoal so they keep it warm and boiling. More traditional thing like this with some vegetable. With the braising stock, we put in more beet juice, a touch of cognac, right? Then serve with a rice crispy. Again, saute spring vegetable, thing like this to go with. So this dish is amazing.
The key to cognac pairing, Chef Justin says, is to coat your mouth with a sip of cognac before having a bite of the dish. bold, intense flavor. It's nice. I also checked in with Singaporean mixology star Ethan Leslie Leong, who just opened Fort by Maison Ukoku, to see how he was inspired by our cognac trip.
We're going to make this cocktail called the 1715, inspired from how the Martell has started and using all the craftsmanship into making a cognac. So right now we have muscovado, calamansi, kaffir lime, torch flower, and locally known as rojak flower, young ginger, and green lemon, lemongrass, and matcha we have soaked it. Now, are you ready to make some drinks?
I am ready to watch you. We squeeze calamansi and set the juice aside.
Yeah.
Then he muddles together ginger, muscovado sugar, slightly less sweet than gula melaka, ginger flower, lemongrass, and kaffir lime. He adds the calamansi juice and Martell VSOP.
Okay.
I give it a shake, he gives it a shake, and the 1715 is ready. It's so refreshing. I love it, especially in a hot Singapore.
Oh yes.
Next, Ethan shows me how the cognac making process inspired him to create his own distillations using this machine.
I have infused some bergamot with lavender and black tea with the grain spirits. So now we're gonna withdraw the essence out from this infusion. So this is like a cooler coin. So we have a vacuum pump that constantly cool down all the liquid that flow into the coin. And then there's a vacuum energy that suck out whatever been heat up here. And then the air will heat up and then it will cool down, it will collect it at the final result here.
It's not eau de vie, but it is made in the spirit of good craftsmanship. The process creates an ultra-concentrated spirit for an intense cocktail creation he calls the 2015 to mark SG50. So whether it's Wagyu paired with Cognac XO, lamb with Cognac Jus, or a cognac cocktail with Singaporean flavors, this versatile brandy has become the water of life for culinary creativity. Well, if you're in Singapore next week, you'll have the chance to experiment with cognac.
Remy Martin, another of France's major cognac houses, is hosting interactive workshops tomorrow through to September 4th, so you can learn how to use cognac in cooking cocktails and even pair it with artisan chocolate.
That's right, so you don't have to be an expert to do it. People can teach you how to do it, right, UM?
Yes.
You want to check them out?
Actually, I wouldn't mind. I think it would be a good idea. We just read a report, came out a few days ago, about a woman flying from Beijing to another Chinese city. It was a domestic flight. She had a bottle of cognac, but
Remy Martin,
it was
XO.
over the limit for the amount, so she downed it, the whole bottle, and then she couldn't get on the flight because she was drunk.
It was so funny, but people really love cognac, I think.
Yeah, in
Especially it's a
China.
luxury
Yeah.
drink, so she really didn't want it to go to waste.